of my live streams for my however, there's been a lot of growth in the last 100 years, and in recognition of the growth, not years, 100 years. I mean, 100 days, 100 years. I haven't even lived 100 years. Okay, growth over the last 100 days. And I feel that growth is guiding me to make some changes in the title of my daily lives. Up until this point, my daily lives were at home, were called homeworks, Watch Me Heal. And my daily lives at the Nechako River or McMillan Creek, I labeled Rise Wise, Watch Me Heal. And I usually don't have a topic to talk about. I just listen to the people. Though today's topic, I want to make a change to that label, these labels here, and rename my live streams based on its personal growth over the last 100 days, not years. I'll just pause for a bit and okay, I'm gonna get my drink here. Okay. I'm wearing my medicine bag today. This is my medicine bag. You can put your medicine in here. Because it's a special today, because today's day 100 of my live streams. Oh, is my camera quality poor? Oh, that's too bad. Oh, too bad. I wonder if I press here. Is it any better now? Hi, Bushman. How's my love? How does the camera picture quality look on your end, Bushman? And see if I can Faisal. It's no better. I guess oh. I wonder. Let me Google what I can do if to. It's still no good, eh? It's pretty bad. I wonder if I flip it here. I'll flip it and then bring it back. Did that help? That's too bad if the quality's not very good today. Looks out of focus. Okay, I'm gonna drop the live, and I'm going to, well, first of all, let me Google if there's something I can do during a live stream too. Just a minute, I'll be right back. I'm just at my home computer here. Okay. All right. Yeah, I have to. I'm screenshotting that. I'm gonna actually write that down as well. Okay. So, is the picture still really bad? I might close and start again. Okay, but I'm gonna write purchase. This is from Medcan. Um, um, Let me see. No, look, you purchase new mobile. Okay, just a minute. With 12 megapixel camera. Okay, well, you say it's better, but not great, Bushman. Oh, but you're saying now the view is clear. Okay, it's better, but not great. Okay, hang on a minute. Now it's clear. Okay, today's a special day. It's day 100 of my live streams for my medical team. And because of the positive growth and shifts and celebration of 100 days, I'm looking to change the heading on my YouTube channels now. So I started off with the headings when I do my live streams at home were called Homeworks, Watch Me Heal, and then I'd give the day of the live streams. Like today's day 100. My live streams at the river, I labeled Rise Wise, Watch Me Heal. And then I'd give which day of my live streams it was. For example, today's day 100. And because of the growth in the channel, the headings no longer feel appropriate. And so I just want to throw out an idea that I would like to change the heading to. Instead of Watch Me Heal, I'm thinking of changing the heading to something like Collective Healing. Collective healing around the globe, collective healing collective healing. Oh, it's good now. Okay. Thank you, Bushman. Okay. Okay, good. Good. That's great. If anyone has any ideas floating in their mind about what, I mean, I think the viewers right now, except for Bushman, I don't know if these are regular viewers. So it might be, I'm not sure if you fully understand. If you understand, let me know. So as in celebration or acknowledgement of all the growth over the next 100 years, I'm just finding the old headings on the live stream don't fit anymore. It's become very collective from people around the world, teaching, sharing different ways of healing. And I'm looking at a new heading, something along the lines of collective healing. It might be just as simple as that. Oh, now it's, oh, no, no, no. Okay. Hi, Charles. How's Charles today? I really like collective healing because it's very inclusive of everybody, everything that's good. Ooh, I like, just a minute, collective healing. Well, that says it all in my mind. Collective healing. Uh, um, I like collective healing globally or around the globe. Let me just see. Collective healing. Collective. I like collective healing around the globe. However, I mean, around the globe. So collective healing around the globe. You're okay? Well, that's good. Nothing wrong with being right down the middle of the road. Not too happy, not too sad. Oh my goodness, there's Joe. I haven't seen Joe for a very long time. How's Joe today? And I got a cold. And so I've been feeling a little more tired than usual. But just getting rest and just it's a very dry cough. It's like so dry. What do you call it when your nose is running? Nasal congestion. I had a headache yesterday. I don't have a headache today, just that really dry throat. That's one of the great things about global YouTube communities is you can't catch my cold. So Joe and Charles just joined us, and I was sharing earlier that generally I don't come with a topic. I like to feel the energy of the people and where they're vibing. But though today is day 100 of my live streams, and as I was sharing earlier that I'm generally labeling my home live streams Watch Me Heal, Homeworks, and then my river live streams at Rise Wise, Watch Me Heal. But because of all the growth and fine-tuning over the last 100 days and celebration or acknowledgement of all the growth, I wanted to change the heading of my live streams today and in acknowledgement of all the growth over the 100 days. I'm thinking of something along the lines of collective healing around the globe. And that really goes with, I mean, there's people in United States, Africa, India, Pakistan, Scotland, and people in Canada. I should be so surprised. In Canada. And so that's why I like I'm thinking of changing the live stream heading to collective healing around the globe. And if you're comfortable or you feel compelled to, if you have any, what does everybody think of that one name? May I ask? And you can even just say, I don't care. I like it, or I have a better idea. So really what my goal is by the end of this live, which will be about an hour and a half, is that I will be either renaming our live streams here, collective healing around the globe, or I am just going to watch over the next hour and a half and see if there's any feedback that might be that I might like better. I'm fine. Oh, I guess what? I have a partner now, Joe. I'm in a very happy relationship now. And I met my sweetheart on my live stream here. Mm-hmm. Thank you. I wonder where Crystal is. I'm drinking cowgirl coffee. She might be at work. She's got a super cool job. So right now we have two moderators. Hey, I'm saying moderators, not modulators. I finally got it. We've got two moderators now, Crystal and Scottish Lass. Scottish Lass does live in Scotland, and so she's probably sleeping right now. And every once in a while, I guess she's up late, and she was here yesterday, and Crystal was here yesterday from Vegas. Vegas. Yeah, I know it's Vegas. I know it is. It's Vegas. Vegas, Las Vegas, Nevada. From Las Vegas, Nevada. Oh, hang on. I could go question. Let's try it. Oh, it's gone. It left. Okay. I'm wondering how Tibet is too. Tibet, who's one of the healers on the YouTube channel on Healing Live with Cookham and friends, is facing wildfire threats in Turkey. Which part of Turkey? Just a minute. Okay. Mm. He's in Turkey. He's in Turkey. Why didn't I write that down? What, a Western Turkey, Eastern? I can't remember. Oh, I wish it would come up. It says you could ask questions. I'm going to press this button here and see what it says. Okay. Turkey jerky. Hi, Thomas. You want me to call the YouTube channel Turkey Jerky? Okay, we've got one recommendation, turkey jerky. Okay. I'm taking all suggestions. So we have turkey jerky, turkey jerky, okay, so turkey jerky, how about we add turkey jerky quirky healing. I'm going to add quirky. How do you spell quirky? Quirky. I don't know how to, quirky healing. I'm going to add quirky healing to that. So turkey jerky quirky healing. All right, we got one suggestion from Thomas. What does everybody think of turkey jerky quirky healing? Turkey jerky quirky healing. I'm leaning towards collective healing, but that doesn't mean it's going to win. Quirky. Okay. Quirky. I did spell it wrong. I spelled it completely right, except for I put a Q-U-E instead of a Q-U-I. Okay, so it would sort of go like this. We're live today on Healing with Cookham and Turkey Jerky Quirky Healing. We're live today. Today's day 100 of our live streams with Turkey Jerky Quirky Healing. It does have a twist to it. I win. Okay, we have a winner. Okay, I win. Okay. Quirky jerky. I like turkey jerky quirky healing. That actually sounds pretty cool. And this is why we brainstorm. Okay, wow. I mean, that's a really good start from Thomas. Turkey jerky quirky healing. I like it together, the turkey jerky quirky healing. It does sound good, doesn't it? You know, like I wouldn't have thought of that one. Today, because it's a 100 day of live streaming for my medical team. It's now, I've got this is my medicine bag that I can go hiking with and wear it around my neck. And what I do is I put my essential oils in here, and if I'm out in nature, you need some bug spray essential oil or some aromatherapy. But I thought I'd wear it today for day 100 of my live streams. Stop saying that. Our live streams. See, and that's what's sort of getting me going is all my the viewers have taught me, like, instead of, so I'm taking it off of me. So I wrote I write watch me heal. And instead of watch me heal, it's like this community that's forming of people sharing their healing, sharing their diagnoses, sharing what they do to heal. And so it's no longer appropriate to call it watch me heal. Thank you, Joe. And so it's no longer appropriate to say watch me heal, because we're all healing here together. And that's why I liked the new label for my live streams is collective healing around the globe. But what sort of limits that is I also work on a spiritual level. So when you say collective healing around the globe, that's very inclusive of like all people. But it's sort of, you're not getting the ring of spirituality that we also, like we're healing mind, body, and soul. And that was mind, body, and soul from Bushman, mind, body, and soul. And Bushman also gave circle, using circle, like circle of healing, circle of medicine, circle, global circle. So far we've got from Cookham, collective healing around the globe, but I feel like it's missing the spiritual part. And we've got from, I'm going to write down who wrote that one, make sure I got your whole handle on that. So if we do come up with a name, I can remember. So Thomas, Roddick 230. Okay, and then that way, okay, so let me ask everybody right now, like, what is their favorite so far? Collective healing around the globe, Quirky Circle of Healing from Bushman, Quirky, Quirky, I like the Quirky Circle. I love that, of healing, Quirky Circle of Healing. I mean, because you know what? It's when you're quirky and you think outside the box. It's when you come up with solutions that when you're just doing everything like, I feel like Trump when I'm doing this. When you're just doing everything like by the book, most of the time, like a lot of times it'll work and this is what you do. But when you think outside the box, so you're quirky, it's not that you do have to think inside the box, but you're not limiting the healing as in from completely inside the box. Where the Quirky Circle of Healing, I really like that, is fun. So it's not getting too serious, and it keeps it fun. And fun is a part of healing. And by being quirky sort of makes it sound like we're allowed to think outside the box, which is amazing tool for coming up with solutions that when we're too disciplined, we can miss sometimes. So quirky Circle of Healing. And the one that I have, I'm going to write mine down too. Collective healing around the globe. I'm going to write mine down. I'm going to put it over here. So collective healing around the globe. Now, you see, when we're troubleshooting here or brainstorming, you see how Thomas gave turkey jerky, and then my brain went quirky healing, and then Bushman's brain went quirky circle of healing. And so when you have a group doing this, I look at it sort of like hockey where you have an assist, right? So a person scores, they get so many points for scoring, but the person that assists gets points as well, because now I really like this quirky circle of healing. I really like that one. However, we wouldn't have gotten that without turkey jerky, quirky healing, without turkey jerky. And then I said quirky healing, and then quirky circle of healing. So far we've got collective healing around the globe, which I think quirky circle of healing is very inclusive, because when we're quirky, it's very welcoming of things that are different and not the same. And so it's more inclusive of, yes, we're healing around the globe, but it's also spiritually. So it's more inclusive that it could be so many different things. I like that. It's a quirky circle of healing. I really like that one. And that's just like hockey, you know. Okay, so we got Thomas saying turkey jerky. I say turkey jerky, quirky of healing. And then Bushman says quirky circle of healing. And you see, without putting all these minds together, you couldn't have come up with a quirky circle of healing. And that's why, like in hockey and stuff, that's why you get points for an assist. Because in order for that person to hit the puck and get it in, the assist was valuable, and it was awarded with a certain amount of points, just as the goal was. I think everybody knows. Joe, do you know that I'm in a relationship with Bushman? Do you know that? I do have to I share that once in a while, because not everybody's here every live, so people don't always know. Oh, unbroken spirits. Okay. Joe, get a room. All right. I am in a relationship with Bushman. But that's okay. I have to just say it once in a while, because not everybody's here for every live. And so just every once in a while, I'll just remind everybody. Because not everybody knows that. It's not like it's the talk of the town or anything. Hi, unbroken spirit. Okay, well, you're laughing. Do you have any suggestions for the new heading for my lives. Today's day 100 of my live streams, and just where I say on every live, I label it either Homeworks, Watch Me Heal, or Rise Wise, Watch Me Heal, depending on the location. Though because of the growth and just how everything has come together so beautifully, it's no longer it does just no longer matches to say watch me heal. It's more watch us heal. So it's more inclusive of everybody. People are helping me heal. I'm helping other people heal. The other people are helping other people heal. And so far what we have here is collective healing around the globe. I think that kind of misses the spiritual part of things. And I think body, mind, and soul, when you're healing, it's just like all your chakras. You have one chakra out of place, not functioning properly, it affects everything. I find I've just been so focused on my root chakra. So even when I have my hot baths to sweat profusely, I've got a little light that goes in different colors, and I always go with red, which is your root chakra. I'm not even comfortable right now going up to the different colors like purple and blue with your higher chakras. It's my experience that until you really ground yourself and heal from a root chakra, you're not going to be able to manage the higher chakras. And that's why I've noticed whenever I have my bath, while I love the color purple and blue way more than red, I always have the red color in my hot baths, so that I'm just reminding my brain, ground yourself, ground yourself. Focus on your root chakra, focus on the root chakra. And until I fully get my balance. Okay. So we got collective healing around the globe. We've got turkey jerky, quirky healing, or quirky circle of healing. I love that one, quirky circle of healing. And I mean, there's some assists involved here. The turkey quirky. And then I brought up that Bushman, when we were talking earlier before the live, had mentioned about the circle. Like, and the circle's really good. I love the circle. The circle is so important. What's in that circle? What do you eat daily for nutrition? Are you getting your exercise? Are you sleeping properly? And in that circle, what energies are you connecting with? Quirky circle of healing. And I think that says it all. I really like quirky circle of healing. And mine, collective healing around the world, it's not real fun. It's very clinical. It's cool because it sheds, it's inclusive, collective. But quirky circle of healing is also very inclusive because it's a circle of healing. But it's quirky, meaning that we're thinking outside the box. Okay. Okay, so 41 minutes, and we've got, for me, what does everybody else think? We got 5 people watching right now. So for a new heading for our live streams focused on healing. So first choice, collective healing around the globe. Second suggestion that came in is turkey jerky. Third suggestion was turkey jerky quirky healing. Fourth suggestion was quirky circle of healing. I like quirky circle of healing. I really like that. It's so inclusive. And it just allows the brain to come up with ways to heal without the limitation of thinking inside the box. Quirky circle of healing. That is just perfect. It was very clinical, collective healing around the globe. This is fun. And you know, having fun is such an important part of healing. Laughing. It's like when Robert, one of the regular viewers here, is always making sure I have my life jacket on. And when I go to the river and I'm working out in the river. And then, oh, that's right, I was doing cartwheels in the park, and he writes this message to me, "Where's your life jacket?" Right? And I'm in the park and there's no water anywhere, and I just couldn't stop laughing. I couldn't even respond to his comment because I had to stop laughing for 5 minutes. And laughter is good medicine. I'm leaning towards quirky circle of healing. I got a dry cough. I've got a cold. Very dry cough. And the quirky circle of healing was a team effort, absolutely. It's launched by Thomas Riddick. And then further, a little bit tired from this cold. I'll be back in a minute. I'm going to get something. Hello, Chosen 3-4, and God bless you. How are you? I've got a bit of a cold. I've grabbed some ginger, apple, and I'm going to take some cloves here. That's why I'm chewing those cloves. I've got a bit of a cold. I'm nursing. So I've just took some cloves I'm chewing on. And then I'm going to down a little bit of ginger with an apple. You're good working. Yes, I'm going to the river later today. I'll bring you up to speed here. We're choosing a new heading for the live streams. Today is day 100 of my live streams for my medical team. And I'd labeled them Watch Me Heal, which is no longer fitting. With all the growth over this 100 days, it just no longer fits to say, watch me heal. And so, because there's a group of energy here forming where we're discussing, not limited to discussing ways of healing, but just engaging in really positive energy, kindness towards each other, sharing healing recipes. And so I came into the live saying my idea for the live stream would be collective healing around the globe. And Thomas Roddick 230 said he would call the live stream Turkey Jerky. And so then I said, well, how about Turkey Jerky Quirky Healing? And then Bushman said, how about the Quirky Circle of Healing? Pardon me. I'm really stuck on Quirky Circle of Healing. And I love the Quirky Circle of Healing because it's so inclusive and outside the box. So I'm really stuck on Quirky Circle of Healing. It's fun. Boy, those cloves really help for a sore throat. How about any names that you can think of with Jesus? Chosen 3-4, like in the Bible, because I know this is probably, if we sort of lean towards the Bible, Jesus taught that in order to heal, fasting and prayer. Do you have any suggestions on what I'm liking about the Quirky Circle of Healing? It's all inclusive. So it includes Jesus and it includes Allah, Buddha, Muhammad, African ways of healing, native ways of ancestral ancient healing. It even includes like our medical system. You're not eliminating anything. And what I like about that is when you're looking. Okay. Hang on a minute. Okay, so now we got one in from T-Bird. And Quirky Turkey. Quirky Turkey Circle of jerky. Okay, I'm taking everything. Yeah, probably not. He said, probably not. We're putting it down. Okay, I'm going to write your handle down. Because even you just made us laugh, or made me laugh anyways, and that's healing, you know? Quirky jerky, quirky turkey circle of healing, T-bird, oh, bird, quirky turkey circle of jerky, oh, T-bird in shade. And okay, no, chosen 34-144 says angelic way of healing, and that's the spiritual part that of the mind, body, and soul. So I'm going to write that. Angelic ways of healing. And, okay, so angelic ways of healing. And I take that one is very much about, what you're thinking. It's very spiritual. Angelic way of healing. And then you've got the heart with the patch on it. And the praying hands. And that's, I'm going to write at. Okay, so no, that's a capital. Chosen 34-144. So now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 suggestions. So the first one, which was mine, was collective healing around the globe. And then from Thomas Roddick, said, how about call it turkey jerky? And then I added, why don't we call it turkey jerky quirky healing? And then Bushman said, how about quirky circle of healing? And then T-Bird in shade said, how about quirky turkey circle of jerky? And then he says, yeah, probably not. And chosen 3-4 likes angelic ways of healing. I thought of a few others that were wildly inappropriate, but I laughed. You can probably guess them. Oh, well. Well, thank you. And that's T-Bird, a lot of what we're building here is energies of creating energies to be around where you just love the way it is, because that heals. That heals you. And so it's day 100 of my live streams, and it's just no longer appropriate to say, or it doesn't fit to say, watch me heal, which I had labeled that for my medical team. Although now it needs to change to fit the collective group that is gathering here, providing these energies. Will there be snacks or devour served on crackers at the end? There will be acknowledgments. There will be acknowledgments in the description for everyone's feedback. And just like, for example, I'm loving Quirky Circle of Healing. And that doesn't mean that's the one we're gonna, I like that. Though there's gonna be acknowledgments of that was sort of derived between myself, Thomas, and Bushman. And then you, T-Bird Bird in the Shade, were able to make me laugh, which is healing. So you're saying, like, you love the way I am, and just the way you were there, it made me laugh. It's real. Laughing is really good. if you got to be careful with it, because you can also hurt people's feelings with laughing, but the right kind of things to laugh about. It was really medicine for the soul. Well, okay, you like your crackers plain anyways. Oh, Scottish Lass is here today. Well, that's great that we have a moderator here today. I don't know if you've been listening. Should maybe I'll just sort of go over what the topic is for today. Scottish Lass is saying hi to everybody. So the topic here today is, and I started the live off just sharing that I rarely ever start a live saying this is what we need to talk about. But that today I've set the stage for what we're talking about, because today is day 100 of our live streams that I had labeled Watch Me Heal for my medical team. However, on day 100 here, there's been so much positive growth and fine-tuning it back into focusing on healing and all the energies that come forward, that it's no longer fitting to say, watch me heal. And so I'm coming up with a new label for my daily lives starting today, day 100 of the live streams. And so I'll read back to you right now what I thought of. So I thought, instead of saying watch me heal, I want to call, I'm thinking of changing the live streams to something. I started off the live stream, my idea, which was collective healing around the globe. However, that's why we're brainstorming right now. Thomas Roddick said, why don't you name it Turkey Jerky? And so I added to that. I said, okay, well, let's call it Turkey Jerky Quirky I said, let's call it Turkey Jerky Quirky Healing. And then Bushman came in and said, and this is a runoff of all of us talking together. It all came together. So Bushman said, how about calling it Quirky Circle of Healing? And that's the one that I just really love. And the reason I love that one, I'll repeat, because it's all inclusive. And it talks about the circle of people that are gathering here. And it's quirky, so we're allowed to think outside the box, which is one of the key things for finding ways to heal, when you can think outside the box. So Quirky Circle of Healing. And then we had T-Bird come in with, let's call it Quirky Turkey Circle of Jerky. And then he says, probably not. And then a regular viewer, another regular viewer, Chosen34, made the suggestion of angelic ways of healing. The Quirky Healers. Okay, the Quirky Healers. I like that one too. I really love the funness of that. So I'm going to write Scottish Lass here. No, first I'll write down what you said. Quirky Healers. The Quirky Healers. The Quirky Healers. The Quirky Healers. And that's Scottish Lass. Well, that's great. We have one of our moderators here. And pardon me, I have a cold, a very dry cough. So a little bit of coughing going on here. Scottish Labs. Okay, so now we have my boring one, very clinical. Collective healing around the globe. And then we have from Thomas, Turkey Jerky. And then I added to that saying, how about Turkey Jerky Quirky Healing? And then Bushman said, Quirky Circle of Healing. And then T-Bird said, how about Quirky Turkey Circle of Jerky? And then even he said, yeah, probably not. We don't have anything in there that sort of it will indicate to people that we're focusing on healing and wellness. And then chosen 3-4 suggestion was angelic ways of healing. And then Scottish Lass said the quirky healers. I'm really liking Quirky Circle of Healing and the Quirky Healers. That's what I'm leaning towards. Because when I started out today and shared mine, the collective healing around the globe, it gave you the idea that instead of labeling it "watch me heal," it just doesn't fit anymore. We've got the collective people coming into this that are just bringing energy that heal loneliness, heal certain sicknesses, heal us spiritually, and just what's forming here. It's collective healing around the globe, but that's a little bit too serious. And I love it that we went a little bit fun here, because when humor done in the right way is really, it can just take a load off of you and make you feel great. I think, okay, Scottish Lass, I think we are all a bit different on this channel. And yes, and that's a wonderful point to bring forward. And that's beautifully what we want to create here is authentic space for authenticity for people, and that's where it can be quirky. So the quirky healers or the quirky circle of healing is when you create that and hold space for authenticity. We get thinking outside the box. So we're all a bit different. If we're all the same, from my perspective, it's harder to solve problems, or it's harder to create ways of solving problems or things like that. And so we're all a bit different. I want to write that down. And just a bit different here. It's like coexisting, I think, is what it is that instead of it has to be this religion or this type of person or this type of spirituality, like Scottish Lass just said, we are all different here. And there's the space just gets hungry for that. It's exciting, and great things come when we're all a little bit different and we're sharing and we're coexisting instead of being, oh, well, that's different, so it's wrong. Or it's different than me, so it must be wrong. And so that's what Scottish Lass is saying here, is that we're all different. Or at least that's how I feel what she's saying. And that this is what this space is all about, is coexisting. Coexisting, that in fact, that's what makes it really cool, that we're all different. The circle quirks. Circle quirks. Okay, just a minute. So this is, I'm gonna put you up here, the circle quirks. The circle quirks. And that's from T-Bird. And Scottish Lass and T-Bird welcoming each other in. Or was that the name of a band, the Circle Quirks? I don't know. Was that the name of a band? It might have been. And Scottish Lass There's a certain word for that. Expanding on what we were just talking about, that we are all individuals that bring so much here. Yes, and and that's what brought about all this change. That I got to change the label. It no longer fits anymore. It's just watch me heal. What the? We got to change that. We don't like labels. We are just different. Different in our town ways. Are you talking in Scotland regarding labels? Labels. Different in our town. So in your town, you don't like labels. And yeah, this was a hot topic a couple weeks ago. So instead of labels, solutions. This is what I'm experiencing. Is I wonder what I could do to help help me feel better, help me get the results that I want. And T-Bird says, he shares, variety makes life spicy. And the more eccentric, I love the word eccentric. That's T-Bird. I'm going to put that word up here, eccentric. Yeah, eccentric. I've been called that throughout my life. It's a compliment. I think eccentric is a compliment because it really shows that you really are your own self. Okay, so T-Bird says variety makes life spicy. And the more eccentric, the better. Even if it's not better per se, exposure to the unusual or extraordinary seems to be good. Yeah. We were just talking about that a few minutes ago, that, just because you don't think like me and you have a different opinion, it doesn't make me wrong or right or you wrong or right. They're both right and wrong. It's all just, and it's creating that comfort that it's okay for something to be different than you in order to coexist. And then that's when compromise comes in. It's not all about me. It's not all about you. It's about coexisting. And Scottish Lass, yes, I agree with T-Bird. That was well said. And Scottish Lass says, if we were all the same, yeah. I mean, opposites attract. There's an attraction to something that's different than you. So, oh, what is that? I like you, ladies. So T-Bird says, I like you, ladies, too. Y'all bring out the rascal in me while keeping the gentleman at the helm. If you catch my drift. Yeah. And we've had to kind of do that. That's sort of what this group has done, is we can kind of, I love how you're wording things, bringing out the rascal in us. Nothing wrong with that. It's playful, but keeping the gentleman at home. So that those boundaries, and we all have to do that when we're with people, because if we just be ourselves, without thinking about how someone else's perspective is, then it can be inconsiderate. it's nice to meet lots of different people here from around the world. That's what I'm really feeling over the last 100 days. Well, my YouTube channel I've had going for 3.5 years, but that's what I've really been feeling is that instead of being just limited to my community, smaller places, it's normal. There's cliques. There's ways that we've had to learn to survive, and that's why communities and cliques form. I mean, that's an old story. But what I like about YouTube, it's so diverse. Um, and it's because it's global and not just in this community. I'm feeling more connected with people. I found it harder in a tight-knit community where you have to be this, and if you're not that, there's going to be a consequence. And that's really hard for my brain to comprehend. I'm not even being insubordinate. It's just like my brain is trying to figure that out. So what I love about YouTube here, and even other, because I watch a lot of other YouTubers as well, is that it takes away that click on YouTube because it's all over the world. And I love that part of this. Aha, T-Bird. It's nice to meet, yeah, lots of people from around the world. That's what I'm just really feeling that, Scottish Lass. I'm finding that's been such a big bonus to my health. And I wouldn't be surprised that other people are feeling the same, just like you mentioned. And so Scottish Lass says it's so easy and relaxing here to be yourself. And that's what, yeah, I'm feeling that. That is so wonderful to hear. Oh, Scottish Lass, we got someone else from Scotland. That's Pat Farmer from Scotland. It was Cheering that was here yesterday. Was from Scotland as well. T-Bird says it's not an easy task walking all over the invisible boundary line and not trampling it. It's good to keep them moving, our boundaries, but not to hurt anyone who doesn't like it. Yeah, boundaries are important. Yeah. It's not an easy task walking all over the invisible boundary lines and not trampling on it. We teach people how to treat us, and in the first 100 days of the live streams, when I was saying watch me heal, this group actually helped me come back where I feel like, oh, like it's all inclusive. And so, and we've together established boundaries that you can feel the energy that's happening right now. It's really changed. If you look back, say 30 days ago on what the live stream content, how it was flowing. And so that's healing. So Scottish Lass mentioned up here, it's so easy and relaxing here to be yourself. And that's why the title of this live stream is changing. I need to go back to what he was saying. Is I think the boundaries and everything are being established by the people that are coming here. Oh, that's what I was trying to say. Okay, so you notice if you look back 30 days and you look now, because the energies that are connecting, and this is just going to keep growing and growing, it's establishing those boundaries. And it just becomes a norm. And you'll notice less and less of the other energy just doesn't doesn't thrive here or survive here. And that's because of each individual coming in as an individual. And we've shaped, that's the word I'm looking for, we've shaped these boundaries. And so boundaries can be difficult, but however, they shouldn't be that hard that you're just exhausted, always in survival mode. And what we're establishing here is we have the boundaries, because part of healing is not having to work so hard to protect your boundaries. There's always going to be a certain amount of work involved. But what's being created here is that the foundation is so strong within those boundaries that they practically protect themselves after a while, because of all the energies that are slowly building the foundation here. And then to a point, it becomes effortless. And as a skilled trainer, I really understand that concept. Okay, okay, so Scottish Lass is welcoming her fellow Scot. And welcome from over here in Canada to Pat. Some do like it being pushed or messed with. Oh my gosh, really? I don't think so. I think sometimes, because see, from my perspective, we're all born a clean slate, and then our environment shapes us. So I think if people sort of like to be pushed, or how did you say that? Or messed with, I think that would be a conditioned response from either their environment and their family when they grew up, that they just don't know anything else. They're always going to keep going back to that. Because I think all babies are born innocent, and then we're shaped. And our environment is so huge. And so I agree that they may keep going back to it. But I think if you give people something to grab, see, I'm a skilled trainer, so my brain can go in and analyze something and then create a program for it and change it. You change the environment. But that's getting me off on fixing people, which what I'm experiencing here with this group, and hence why we're changing the heading of the live stream, is all that rescuing others can really wear out a healer. And so I know what you're saying, T-Bird. Yeah, but my brain can see it on a deep level that I think all of us want peace. And not want to be abused. And now Pat says, thank you from Edinburgh, Scotland, lass. Isn't Kronborg Castle 9 miles east of Edinburgh? Is it Kronborg Castle, 9 miles east of Edinburgh? Is Kronborg Castle or something like that, Pat, or Scottish Lass. Pat she's from Dundee, yes. I remember that. Julie, how are you actually helping people here now? Oh, how am I helping people here now? I'm looking at it more that, how am I helping people here now? Well, what we're creating here, see, now, what my brain is doing is I'm looking back over the last 90 days and what has evolved. Now, Tibet had said to me, when I was getting a little bit politically, and there were some really heated political conversations, and these were real problems. But with having brain damages and I'm working on neuroplasticity. Our friend Tibet here, who's a healer, had mentioned, to leave anything like racism or certain topics off the table and focus more on healing and positive engagements. And it was a turning point for me when Tibet did that. And it felt like a rescue because I really care. And so when somebody is being bullied or suffering, I want to go in and rescue. And I'm really good at it. Like I get good results. I have a reputation in my community for that. However, my baseline has dropped so much because I wasn't able to take care of myself. And so this is what these lives have been about for my medical team, Watch Me Heal. And so your question is, how are you actually helping people here now? Okay, so instead of saying Watch Me Heal, which was for my medical team, what's happening now is, and this is very good, is so your energy, whether you know it or not, you're a healer. From my perspective, Crystal is a healer, who's another moderator. Mrs. Cruel is a healer who has either taken a break for a while from moderating or maybe just on a different route right now. And then we have Tibet. Look at Mike, who's been here for the lives all the way along and just brings such beautiful, loving energy and just builds people up with his little emojis and stuff. And so when you ask, Julie, how are you actually helping people here now? Okay, so we're shifting away from the political side of things where I'm going to feel sad for someone that's in pain. I'm going to I can do an intervention on bullying, and I'm shifting away from that. And Tibet sort of came in and just sort of helped me remember what my YouTube channel was about in the first place when I created it 3.5 years ago. And so I studied plants and animals. And on the plant level, on how to use plants to heal, how to make medicine. On the animals is a spiritual level where I talk about different animal totems for ways of healing. Like, for example, the eagle could be a high perspective. The bear and the cub could be protection. Like I said, mice can represent that even small things can be hugely significant. And so that's where my YouTube channel started. And now Tibet sort of pulled, he didn't say you have to do this, but he said this is where I feel if we bring the YouTube channel back, focusing and bringing, so you got Tibet here and bring it back to focusing on people sharing. It could even just be, okay, like for example, Crystal shares chronic fatigue syndrome and nerve problems in her legs. I have post-traumatic stress and I have brain damages. And it could even just be someone is feeling anxious and wants to find a way to relax. And so what we're creating here is what I started it out to be, where I was teaching this, but now I'm more like teacher and I'm a student, whereas you, Scottish Lass, are a teacher and a student as well. We're all teachers and students. And so the energy coming together that's why I like the Quirky circle of healing, is we can all come in and if there's something we want to improve in our health or spiritually, you have people coming in and sharing their tips for minimizing anxiety, minimizing depression. Maybe they're lonely. So I'll give you an example. What I've witnessed here, and I've seen all my moderators do this. So Crystal, yourself, and Mrs. Cruel, that the way you interact with people here sometimes even that can help somebody with loneliness because you're part of a community. And so when you say, what are you doing here to help people? I guess if we're just looking at me, what am I doing? I'm creating this space and platform to duplicate myself, but not that I'm duplicating myself, that people are going to be exactly like me. But what I'm just saying is I'm one aspect to what's going on here. And then people like yourself can come in. You might help someone with loneliness. They just chatting, someone to chat with. I've already witnessed that with all three of my moderators, is they've each played, and I watched that somebody might not even say I'm lonely, but just the fact that they're engaging and you're welcoming them in and responding to what they're saying. I'm just using loneliness as an example. It's not the only thing, but that is healing. And so this platform and what I'm doing specifically is wanting to duplicate myself. Not that everybody is like me, but there's Tibet, who's a healer and a teacher. The Scottish Lass, Crystal and Mrs. Corral have showed me their teachers, healers. So you bring that to the team. Not everybody's going to be a moderator. Like Tibet's not a moderator. Because I'm very careful in the element that I pick for a moderator. Tibet is powerful here, from my perspective. Tibet is a game changer in how this is unfolding. However, on a moderator level, I would step back from making Tibet a moderator. I think Tibet brings more value just interacting with the people and sharing their medical and spiritual ideas, recommendations, possibilities. You'll notice with all my modulators is they're really good at including people. And just one of the things I feel as a teacher and healer, what you're doing is, because loneliness is a real thing and we can heal that. And so I'm just creating the space that, yes, I heal this way, but I'm creating all this space so other healers just keep collaborating together. And now you've got all these, that's why Quirky Circle of Healing. So Cookin comes in and people will often say they like the sound of my voice. It's very soothing. So I'm bringing that aspect here. But now, while I'm sort of doing my thing, now we have Scottish Lass, or we have Tibet, and we have all these different people. And not everybody is going to relate to all the people on board here. Just like me, I might say I can't quite relate to this person, but I'm noticing that that person is relating to that person. And so even though I may not feel like I'm specifically getting something from that person, I'm noticing that that person has a healing effect on somebody else. And that's what the community, that when you say, what am I doing? That's what I'm doing. I'm not sure. Does that answer your question? And what's exciting is today is day 100. And with all the energy that come together to help bring me back to why this YouTube channel was created in the first place 3.5 years ago, is appropriately renaming the name of the lives from Watch Me Heal to sort of, that's why I like Quirky Circle of Healing. Is there's just, you mentioned earlier in this live that we're all different. There's so many different people. And part of building a community is, and this is where I'm good because I'm a programmer. I can build programs. I can get results on a programming level. So I can go in and even see that I cannot fully relate to this person, but I'm watching and I can see how that has helped somebody else. And vice versa. Now you looking in on the screen at me, you might go, well, I don't really understand why Julie is so feeling so healed by this one person. It don't make any sense to me. But that's where we're saying that's coexisting, where we're saying we're creating all these different avenues and people where we coexist as healers and teachers. We're all healers and teachers. Whether you're the YouTube content creator, whether you're the moderator, whether you're a viewer, we all play a part in the community that we're building. And when we recognize that, even if Julie is sitting there going, yeah, I really feel that Tibet has been a game changer for me. And it's okay for people to go, well, I don't get it. I can't relate to Tibet. But you allow that space for me to connect with it. But now I don't go, oh, well, now Tibet is the only thing. No, there's just a space for that, because there's some people that are going to be able to really relate to him. And then there's other people that are going to come over here. And so you create space for more than just what works for you or another person. And it's like passing the ball. It's like passing the ball. That's what I'm doing here. And I feel that's what we're doing here. And I maybe just let me know if that answered your question. And that's why I really like Quirky Circle of Healing, because it's showing that it's just not, you don't, it's like getting another opinion. If you just have one, I come with many gifts, but the gifts that Scottish Lass have, some of them, they might match up and they're going to be kind of the same, but they're going to be very different. And you're going to be able to reach out to somebody in a way that I can't. And I don't know how, because my gifts are kind of right here. And so instead of losing all this over here, we've got all these different healers and teachers that come in. And then people can kind of go, and I can relate to this, or this really helps. I didn't like that, so I don't have to focus on it. Okay. And so, like Pat said, I have a very soothing voice. I have a cold right now, too. Pat, Julie's so easy to listen to. Oh, that's wonderful. And now, you see, you're sharing on how you feel I'm healing. But when you get dynamic results is when you collaborate with all healers and teachers around the world, and you create that space where you all start passing the ball back and forth to each other. Instead of just saying 1 + 1 is 2, and that's it. No, you go, okay, this and this and this works for me here. That's great. And now you can flip your brain, and just because that worked for that one person, it's going to be a completely different formula for somebody else. Okay, now T-Bird says, the respect I have for class and beauty is awakened by you. And of course, I am a man, so I'm awakened in that way too. When my mind and nature is stimulated, it makes emotional pain easier to bear. And so, that's a really interesting point. And I was talking to my man Bushman about this a while back, and because I read a book once, it was called what was it? Network of Champions. I loved self-help books, and it talked about sexual transmutation. And so, just if I've misread you here, but even so it's like what T-Bird is saying, like the respect I have for class and beauty is awakened by you. And of course I am a man, so I'm awakened in that way too. Yes, so when you say, of course I am a man, one of the things that I've learned as an older person is that now I have a family member who's transgender, and we're very close. And so I'm only speaking, again, now I'm heterosexual, I'm attracted to men. And so right now, I'm just, and that can be another area, someone was transgender that come in where they can share something that somebody else might not be able to relate to. And that's what we're creating here. So I'm speaking now, I'm over here in this bubble, I'm heterosexual. And I'm awakened in, and of course I am a man. One of the things as an older person that I didn't understand as a younger person, and a lot of that would have been my environment growing up, and also just being young and learning, is that I didn't understand the differences between men and women. And so in relationships, I'm seeing everything from the perspective of a woman who's heterosexual, and then not really understanding that, men are not going to think the same as me. And men, well, what do they say? Women wear makeup because men are visual, And men lie because women want like to hear what they want to hear. And so I had to learn that. I'm not sure if I'm quite the respect I have for class and beauty is awakened by you, and of course I'm a man. Okay, so what you're talking about there, that's what I had to learn, is that it's almost like different languages, right? And I had to really learn that, and that's actually a beautiful thing. That's opposites attract. But to really realize that, men might be just saying what you want to hear. I didn't understand that as a younger person. Just like that saying, women wear makeup because men are visual, and men lie because women love want to hear what certain words, want you to say certain things. So and once you understand that, then you can kind of break through the lies, or you can break through or I guess see as a woman really where a man is coming from. I'm not sure I fully understood what you were saying. I'm going to keep going here. Uh, Pat, she's lovely. Oh, thank you. T-Bird, she's a gem. Oh, thank you, Scottish Lass. The value that the moderators, yeah, I really know how to, I know how, the moderators are all good, all three of them. They're all wonderful. And I know how to pick them. I am truly grateful. It's very specialized skill to fool someone into behaving and forgetting about what is hacking on them. It's nothing short of magic. I'm truly grateful. It's a very specialized skill to fool someone into having and forgetting about whatever is hacking on them. Oh, I'm very grateful, and it's a very special. Okay, I think I get what you're saying is that, and you're relating to what this channel is. So are you saying that what heals you here is there's a kind of magic that takes place that heals you? It's hacking into what is maybe blocking you, or a gray cloud above your head, and it's sort of a magic, yes. And I look at magic and science, it's all the same thing. And even like God, it's all the same source with different names. And so Scottish Lass, so many influences around us to mold us into who we are. So we're all, yes, we're all teachers, we're all leaders, and students, and we're all students. In order to be a good teacher and healer, you really have to be a good student, because you never know everything. Pat, very interesting. Okay. So T-Bird, she is Lass, and so are you. Yes, and we were just talking about that with why I chose the moderators, because there's, so sometimes it might not think, like when people are talking and doing things on my lives, you might not think, but I'm always looking at how people do things. And so with my moderators, they know they're healers, teachers, they're healers and teachers, and they're students. They know how to heal, they know how to teach, and they know how to be a student. And that's why I've asked them to be moderators, and why I mean, it's obvious the value that they bring. T-Bird says, howdy, Pat Farmer, over there in Scotland. Howdy, T-Bird, from Pat. Yes. Yeah. So when I think it was a really healthy choice to steer off of rescuing people and getting into politicalness about the bullying, because it's just like Tibet said, it's just, it's a very old problem and it's never going to be solved. So how here we're instead of focusing on it because it's the oldest story in the world, one of the oldest stories in the world, and you're just feeding it. Like which wolf do you feed? So let's find ways by bringing teachers, healers, and students together all over the world. And that is always going to be in existence. But so now, how do you rise above it? How do you move through it and heal yourself and get to the peace, the health, and connect with all different people here in order to achieve that? You have to take care of yourself, yeah. Yes, Pat, it comes from within and you can help others. Yes. And I mean, like Squatt's last question, what am I planning here? And it's just to keep creating this and this and that, what we're doing here. Because you can't help other people. And what we're also teaching here is it doesn't have to be complicated. It's just having these live chats. And this is my journal now, and I'm taking notes. When people say things, because I'm going to forget. It's part of my problem. I'm going to forget. And so I write it down and I can go back. Tibet is teaching me a little bit about parasite cleansing right now. He's teaching us that. And obviously that's not going to be for everybody, but I'm taking notes. And then after he shared that, I'm watching videos. So I've watched 3 different videos on parasite cleansing and stuff. And I write it down. Sometimes all it takes is to talk. That helps people too. And that's what I'd said earlier about it could even be loneliness. And so when I watch my moderators, and I chose them because they know how to teach, heal, and be a student, and then I watch that. Part of healing, loneliness can even lower your immunity. Loneliness can lower your immune system, its ability to function and protect you. So if you have the live stream and people can connect to it, it's worked for me. I mean, I've been live 100 days, and that has worked for me, and I'm getting more done because of those connections. So it's strengthening my immune system. And I have a cold, but I'm benefiting hugely from that. So Pat says the most precious thing you can give a person is your time. Yeah. The most important thing you can give a person is your time. And so I just want to add there that today is day 100, and the energies that have shaped into this live stream from around the world, energies that have been given to me and others, is precious. Because it actually impacted my life profoundly. And Scottish Lass acknowledges that. I always have time for other people. I have windows. Because with the brain damages, I need windows. So I have my live stream here. That's a window when I'm available for something, for this. Although I can't multitask. There's something in the brain damages where multitasking is really hard. And so I have windows and compartments. So right now, this is talking. This is sharing. And then when this live closes, well, when I woke up this morning, I did work around the house. And then I do my live stream. And then when I close, it's a compartment, a little bit more work around the house, some of the paperwork here, and then off to the river to exercise. And I literally have to close doors and windows. So how things go at the river will be very different to the home live stream because I'm exercising, so it's a little bit different of a crowd. However, with that said, I wanted to share something that is I never change my content based on how many views I get. That's one thing I've been very consistent with, because there's certain things that will bring my views up. Like when we were talking about politics and bullying, my views were much higher. I don't ever change my content based on how many views I get, because my focus is healing. I want to be healthy, happy, peaceful, and I want to spread that, and I want to receive it. And so when you're building a foundation and you remember that specific thing, you're building a very strong foundation. And this is 3.5 years now, and I've never based my content on how many views I get. Because then you're no longer yourself anymore. And that's not going to heal you. It's going to make you sick, or at least from my perspective. I always have time for other people. And for me, it's a little different. I have to have windows, doors, slots. So my live stream here, where I'm pouring out my ideas and everything, and I'm sharing that. And then I close. And my brain literally has to say, okay, that's over until tomorrow, because we'll do it every day. And then I can break my day into different things. So that's a little bit different. I think you're quite a bit younger, Scottish lass. And so my energy is very limited with the brain damages. And let's not forget, I'm 58, so I'm getting older. And my health challenges and stuff. So don't overextend yourself. And if my words are misplaced, to share a little bit about that. You got to put yourself first. Yeah. Yes, Tibet is knowledgeable. Exactly. So he's sharing a lot of knowledge on the medicinal side of things. Though I'd be more concerned for him as a moderator. But that's okay. It's like I'm on lots of people's channels that I love, and one person made me a moderator. My friend from Pakistan, Irshad, I'm a moderator on his YouTube channel, but most people don't. And so, but I know I bring great value to their YouTube channel. They're always happy to see me and express that. And so, it's not a good or bad thing either way. We all are different and sort of settle in a different way. Men think so, yeah, men think so differently than us. And that's part of what I love. And as an older person looking at men, they're just so cute. And as a younger person, I think I was confused. And not even recognizing that a lot of times men will say what you want to hear. And it can be because they just want to get what they want, but it'll also be that they truly love you and they'll just say certain things. I try to teach that now, though, as an older person. I teach that, yeah, we are different and we don't have to think the same thing. We can have a difference of opinion. And let's acknowledge that. As a young person, you would just take it at face value. Oh, you must really think that. No. No, and just like me, they're going to be looking at me. That's that book, women are from Venus and men are from Mars. So that's really true, because the man is looking back at me and he's thinking from his point of view and has no concept about, other than experience over years, of how a woman's brain actually works. And with that said, I just want to remember right now, this is a bubble for heterosexual. And so now, say if somebody come into the conversation and it was, they were, what's the word? I just said it earlier, transgender. And then they would share their experience on that. And it would be different. And I might be able to understand that because my brain isn't really thinking that way. But then it's just that space is created for them. And there might be another transgender person online that is relating to that person now. And so you see what I'm saying? That's why it's so good, the diversity of building a community where it's just inclusive and for that diversity. Because I'm not transgender. And so for me to be able to, if somebody to come in here and on the transgender, that's just an example, one example, say transgender, and then relating to a certain person and they start talking, you've just created space for something that, oh, just because I'm not experiencing it, it doesn't mean it's wrong. And vice versa, just because they're not experiencing what I'm experiencing, like I'm talking about heterosexual right now, doesn't mean that I'm wrong. Oh, Kelper. And see, this is another place that the moderators help me, is I skip over short comments. So I missed Kelper altogether. And so thank you, Scottish Lass. I guess welcome, Kelper. Where are you from? You want to would you like to share where you're from? I'm in Prince George, British Columbia, Canada. And yes, Scottish Lass is welcome Kelper in. And how are you? People need people, Scottish Lass. Yes, we do. I'm doing good. And Kelper says I'm doing good. That was from Pat, said people need people, Scottish Lass. Yeah, and we can heal loneliness just even with all the inclusiveness of over the months and years. I'm just using transgender as an example right now, but say a week from now, 2 months from now, 2 years from now, whatever, maybe a transgender, because they've come on the platform. Maybe the topic might sort of flow that way. And those things can heal loneliness and give the space for people to truly be who they are. They sure do, Pat, especially when you're lonely. I'm good, Captor. Hang on a minute. I got to do something because I'm starting to get dizzy. Hang on. Mm-hmm. Mini wheats. I'm not feeling well, so I'm not cooking. So I'm having mini wheats. Let me just have a couple bites here, see if it'll help me. Yes. Where are you from? Kepler. Kepler, where are you from? Mm-hmm. And Pat says you need to be a good listener. Just listening to someone can heal. And Scottish Lass is helping me here because I skipped over Kelper because it was a short comment. So being a good listener sometimes is just even how I'm reading, I'm learning to be a better listener because I'll skip over things. And I'm not even, I can't even see it. I don't even see it. Hi, Rosa. So I'm eating mini wheats right now. Where you? Oh, from Australia, the land up under. Cool. Australia, that's like a world of its own there. It's got its own thing going on. Everywhere else, we're all joined here and there, two parts of the world, and that Australia just like all over there, being its authentic self. And Scottish lass, yes, Pat. Special thing is to listen, and that's a skill. Yes, wow. Welcome in, Rosa, Australia. And Pat from Scotland is welcoming Rosa. T-Bird stepped away for a minute, and now he's back. Welcome back, T-Bird. Scottish lass, so she noticed you were missing. This is why I need my moderators. You stepped out, checked the lovely view, and got your blood flowing, T-Bird. Cheeky. Yeah. T-Bird says the scenery was too beautiful to ignore. And that's what I always remind myself of when I'm walking and I'm doing videos, is how grateful I am for sight. Oh, so Pat, you're Patricia. Hi, Patricia. So Patricia, are you a lady? Because Pat can be Patricia or Patrick. So she's just clarifying. Thank you for clarifying that. Okay, T-Bird in shade, getting older. Just, getting older, I'd say you're mellowing and venerating. What does venerating mean? So Scottish lass figured that out. I thought Pat was a man. But Scottish lass says, hi, Pat. I had an inkling you were a lady. A lot of people think I'm male. Online they would, because of the Pat farmer. Pat. Because Pat is... Oh, you're another cheeky one, eh? We got a couple of cheekies. That's good. Because of your name, though, I'd keep guessing. Haha. It's great to have you here, Pat. Yes. I'm only telling you because you're a fellow Scot. Well, now you're a fellow Canadian. Your neighbor, right? Are we neighbors? I guess we would be. No, United States would be our neighbors. But now we all know. Even us Canadians know now that you're a lady. You had to guess. So T-Bird, okay, another one over there. T-Bird's with me. He and was wrong. I was wrong. T-Bird says, if wellness circles are for the birds, then I picked a good name somehow. Okay, just a minute. I gotta open that back up. Are you talking about the name that you picked earlier? Let me see. Quirky Turkey Circle of Jerky? Is that what you're talking about? Somehow I don't feel how to place among you ladies. Pat, well, I'm honored. T-Bird's outnumbered here. I don't think T-Bird minds. He's like Fonzie, I guess. Oh, I'm already feeling better now that I'm eating. I'm starting to feel dizzy. Yes, 3 people from Scotland. Well, not today, but there was somebody from Scotland yesterday, a lad. So T-Bird said, wouldn't change the ratio in here if I could. Yeah. Yeah. We just let it come and go naturally. Yeah. Pat, yeah, he's loving it. See, we all agreed, all us girls. Oh. Phil. Hi, Phil. There's a regular. Haven't seen for a while. Truck driver. Welcome. Good to see you. He's a chick. You thought he was a chick too, eh, Phil? She. You thought he was a dude, I mean. Sorry, I've got a cold. Just letting everybody know I got a dry cough. Venerable. Like scotch or wine as it ages. Yes, you're doing wonderful, T-Bird. And what's Phil's been up to? T-Bird's a charmer. Not 100%, but I've got some Scottish blood too. I do too, actually. I'm Métis, which is French and Ojibwe. But I'm Scottish, English, Irish. I'm a little bit Scottish too. On my dad's side. And then on both sides actually, my mom and my dad's side. Okay, Miss Pat. Time for me to go, everyone. Really enjoyed the chat. I've just subscribed. Oh, thank you. Awesome. We have a new subscriber. So I will see you all soon. Cool. Thank you, Miss Pat. See you next time. I do feel better now. Now, any suggestions? I need to close and move into a different direction for today. I think I want to go with Quirky Circle of Healing. I do want to push for that one. Quirky Circle of Healing. Um, I need to close. I like Quirky Circle of Healing. I think that's all inclusive. It's quirky, it's thinking outside the box. So you don't have to fit, oh, this perfect little situation over here or there. And the circle means all inclusive and healing, which is really important. I really want to go with that one. Okay, I really want to pick that one, the Quirky Circle of Healing. So I need to close. And thank you everybody for the healing that you brought to me and everybody today. And your role in the wonderful job you do as teacher, healer, and student. For the foundation that we're building, the foundation is really strong. It's solid. I can feel it. And so I'm going to close and start moving my way over to the river to do my exercise. And I'm going to go with Quirky Circle of Healing. Bye, everybody. Thank you. See you later. Today is day 100 of the live streams, and we have our new name for the daily live streams, and it is Quirky Circle of Healing. I'll see you a little later. Thank you, everybody. Love, cook 'em. There's that.